Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I should probably turn on the overhead light and get myself ready for recording because this evening is huge, guys. It's huge. It's huge. Um, there's a lot going on. So let me go and turn on the overhead light. I'll do tech checks in a second, but first, the intro video, and I will be right back in about 20 seconds. All right. Let me hide that. Hello, hello, hello. I see people already coming in on here. Awesome, awesome. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess, the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. And yes, so if you didn't see the description or the title of this video, this is the pre-show. You are in the green room right now for tonight's very big deal, which is the 100th episode of Cardslingers Coast to Coast, and it is a live episode. And we're very, very excited. Katie is here. Hello, Katie. Very excited for the 100th Cardslingers. Me too. Me too. Like, I cannot believe it. So we've been doing a couple of different tech checks over the last week. Jamie and I jumped on and did a quick tech check for streaming through Zoom a couple of days ago, and we had to do it to my channel, to my Tube of You channel, because we had set up our Tube of You channel for Cardslingers, and it hadn't been set up with enough time to then be able to go live right away. And I think that's like a feature, like a security feature of the Tube of You, where, you know, new accounts can't just go live right away. It has to be 24 hours, at least 24 hours before you can do a live stream on YouTube. So we found that out pretty quickly when we were trying to test it. And we're just like, oh dear God, like, what have we done? And thank goodness we decided to not set everything up on today. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do any of what we're planning to do, which is basically recording our 100th episode as a live episode on YouTube. So we've been doing a couple of tech checks. So the first one was on my Tube of You account. So you guys can see the replay there. And, you know, I have no problem leaving that up because, like, this is something I feel really strongly about, you know, over the years. Like, if it's not pretty, like, it's not going to be pretty when you first try and do something. Now, this is true of tarot. It's true of anything that you do. Like, the first time you do something, when you're trying to learn something or trying to do something new, like, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be perfect. And that is part of the reason why I believe so strongly in leaving up your past efforts for people to see, and also leaving up your past efforts for you to see, so that you can look back to 10, 12 years ago when you first did a little a little something video, and look back and be like, oh, little tarot by Hilary. Oh, like I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you were able to accomplish. And I'm so proud. Like, you can so see that I was nervous posting my very first YouTube video. And I was just thinking about it the other day when we were testing. Um, for Cardslingers for the 100th episode because, you know, if you look at the through lines, you can see that the very first thing that I recorded for Tube of You is in that same exact room that I was testing in for one of the first tests that we did for the Cardslingers 100th episode. And that's my child, well, not my entire childhood bedroom, but my teen self bedroom. Like, that that's my old bedroom that you're seeing. So with the very yellow sunny walls, like, you're seeing it from 12 years ago, more than that. Um, and you were seeing it again the other day. Like, so it's very full circle kind of moment that was going on. Yeah. So Katie says it's how other people learn too. So it helps others. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, not to be selfish or anything, but it's just like, if you feel so inclined to delete your previous efforts, like, I beg of you, don't. Like, if you don't do it for yourself, like, do it for others. Or if you can't do it for others, do it for yourself and for your future self, because you will thank yourself later. And by having that record of your evolution, like, I promise you will, and just keep with it. So you see the difference. I hope you see, for Jesus's sake, I hope you see the difference between my first efforts, and even the difference between 4 years ago and now. Gosh, I hope. So Sophia's here. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, welcome to the green room. Welcome to the pre-show. I don't have anything particular set up. We will do the astrology. We will do the weekend forecast. We most likely will not do the mid-episode reading because I have no idea of what's coming up in the 100th episode, and I think that's as it should be. And we're just like, we recorded. Jeez. Hope you didn't hear that. I hope my noise canceling is on. We recorded earlier today another episode for Cardslingers Coast to Coast, and it's very timey-wimey, folks, because we're talking about, like, you're going to hear that episode, and it's going to be, I don't know, maybe a month from now that you hear it, because that's kind of how things work out. But, like, I was talking about, oh yeah, that 100th episode was awesome, right? Like, yeah, we had such a good time, and it's just like, and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm like manifesting it by saying that. Oh, Sophia, no, I want to see it. I've archived some things because woof. Like, don't, honey, don't. I'm sure it is not as bad as you think it is. And even if it is as bad as you think it is, like, show your evolution, please, because we all want to see it. But yeah, we were recording an upcoming episode for Cardslingers. We're on the aces right now. So, like, you haven't even heard that yet, but we are on the minor arcana now of the tarot and the aces. And yeah, we were just like, after we finished recording, we were talking about how excited we all are for the 100th episode. And then I started to do the little, like, weird shame downward spiral, like, oh my God, like, what if no one comes? And I don't think that's going to happen. And this is also one of my efforts to make that not happen. So, like, directly after this episode, if you're still around, please jump over to Cardslingers to our YouTube. And participate in the 100th episode, because otherwise we're just going to be staring at each other, which is not actually the case. We always have something to talk about. We always have something to say. But who knows? We might pull out cards and give readings. I don't know. I don't know what this 100th episode is going to look like. And I think instead of being nervous about it, I'm trying to change that nervous energy into enthusiasm. And I'm not there yet, but I'll get there. So Sophia said, gotta remember, I learned how to read at 12. Okay. Yeah, I was still pretending to make potions in, the pond near my house at 12. I wasn't reading tarot yet, so, fair enough, fair enough. I would not want video footage of that. And we had social media. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, fair, fair. You all got to escape having your infancy recorded. Okay, fair, fair. I rescind. You can delete some of your old videos, Sophia. um, Katie says you need a break between being lives to refresh your energy and get something to eat, etc. I'll try. I mean, it's 6:45 Eastern Standard Time right now, and our live is at 8, and we'll see. We'll see how long this goes or not. Um, but yeah, I have my seltzer water here. I have my water here. Um, you know, Mr. Tarot by Hilary has made himself scarce. He's not here right now because he wanted to get himself out of the way. I know it's appreciated. Like he is sending his good energy from afar, but there's also a hockey game on, so I can't fault him for doing that. But also, you know, it's helpful. Like he is very distracting in a good way. Um, so he made himself scarce because he was asking me, "Oh, are you going to do your live and then the 100th episode?" And I'm just like, "I'm gonna try." And he's just like, "That's a lot, honey." And I'm just like, "Yes, it is." Sophia says breaks are encouraged. I did eat before coming on here, so I did have a sandwich. I am raring to go. And I did do my card of the day poll, and I did try and record a podcast episode for my standalone podcast, and that did not work out well. So I'm still my podcasting platform for my standalone podcast is changing its technology, I guess, or its audio recording technology. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I was trying to record an episode about Kipper and how I like it and how it's much more accessible. Um, but I tried to do it and it just didn't work out. I mean, we are still in the throes of Mercury just going direct. So I do have to keep that in mind. Yeah. Thank you, Sophia. Yes. Mercury is still in microwave. Or as Jamie came up with the other day, she said it's a combination of retrograde and Gatorade. Retrograde or brigade. I can't remember. It was funny. It was much better than what I just came up with. Katie says you better get Astro started and weekend forecast happening. Then, if we are running out of time, you are correct. Let me hydrate and let's do the Astro Biz Digest. So that is the Astro Weather from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. And let me find my widget for that. There it is. And that I can get rid of. By the way, we will not have the fancy bells and whistles like this for the 100th episode because we're just doing as bare bones as possible until we figure out how to do all of this with 3 hosts. So it will be very bare bones. And also, Jamie and I were discussing what it would be like for Melissa to have control about lower thirds like this, and we realized that's probably not a great idea to have in her hot little paws because she would just like write awful things and like point the arrows upward at us. Like you all can see that happening, right? If you've been longtime listeners of the Cardslingers podcast, you can see that happening, right? Sophia's asking, do y'all have mods set up? We do not technically have mods set up. Jamie and I have figured out how to view the chat while also being able to live stream and not completely run off course. But like, we are more than willing to like subscribe y'all to be mods if you're so inclined. I don't know if we're able to do that quite yet since our YouTube channel is fairly new. Um, so I don't really know what capabilities we have quite yet. So we're going to be broadcasting through Zoom and then streaming it to TubeView, which we figured out how to do. Um, and I figured. So yeah. So Katie says she's trouble with a capital T. Melissa, yes, correct. So let's see how we do with the bare bones before we start adding in lower thirds, right? Right. And Sophia volunteers as helpmeet slash tribute. So noted, Sophia. And let me make sure that I have the in the chats where you can find us for the 100th episode. It's just youtube.com/ at cardslingerscc. That's how to find us when we are ready to go. It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, AstroBiz Digest, y'all know the drill from the wonderful Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. Astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my personal life as well. So let's get into it. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Sophia. I took a nap before, so I'm set. That's awesome. Thank you. And Katie says I've already got that in my YouTube notifications. Awesome. Great. Okay, so we won't be all alone staring at each other, the three of us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated. And also, you're kind of like Jamie and I were saying, like, you guys are going to see how the sausage is made. And I mean, I don't know if you guys are going to be bored or not, but I guess not if you've been listening to us for 4 years now. But it's us on a Zoom call talking, and it's the audio from that. And yeah, so you'll probably hear a lot more cursing, and just be so warned. But you all know that we're swear bears, so. Oh, Sophia's excited for cats. Yeah, if you're excited for cats, there is a lot of cats. Between Jamie and Melissa, there is a lot of cats. Yes. And Katie says, we expect crazy. LOL. Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, focus. Astrology, focus. So this is really a great preview of what's going to be going on for the 100th episode. Okay. So let's see here. Weekly forecast, April 22nd to the 28th. So 2 major happenings. Full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd. That already happened. It's super psychic. It's a super psychic day, so be sure to trust your instincts. They will be sharper than usual. This lunation brings clarity around taxes, joint finances, insurance, and royalties. A loan could come through, or you may pay off a business debt. And it's also a perfect day to review your profit and loss statements and balance your budget and or your checkbook. Whatever the case, consider this your opportunity to get your finances in order. And that's like really, really interesting because I think we got our tax return that day. So that's kind of funny. Like, we got the money for our tax return like that day. So anyway, second thing, Mercury is direct on the 25th. So that was yesterday, guys. Like, we are still kind of in the shadowy period, even though it's gone direct. So just continue to be careful and be cautious. The past 3 weeks tested your resolve and your tech skills, but now everything is ready to roll forward. You can sally forth, sign contracts, start new projects, and purchase tech gear. Communication should improve as well. Finally, it's all good until the next one rolls around. But I would say proceed cautiously. Anytime Mercury goes direct after being in a retrograde period, like you can't just sally forth like completely clean and like all guns blazing. Like, have some care, go slowly. Right, exactly. Like when you gotta leave the steamed veg in the microwave for a second. Yeah, you let Let it percolate, let it cool down a little bit before you remove your mercury from the microwave. Correct. All right, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, the skies are chill today. Thank you. So you can do your business without interference or distraction. It's an incredible day for travel thanks to the Sagittarius moon. If you're taking a business trip or vacation, enjoy yourself. So today, Friday, April 26th, is a power day for Sagittarius and a weak day for Gemini. So our lovely Sagittarius Melissa is probably going to be in rare form tonight. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday morning is mellow, perfect for travel, learning, pitching publishers, or PR campaigns. An excellent spot opens up for inspiring the masses, the Moon Chiron trine at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The world needs healing, and you might have something important to say. So that's the big stuff for Saturday. For Sunday, Sunday puts the moon into Capricorn at 5:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So really, really early in the morning. This lunation favors CEO activities, strategizing, organizing, and decision making. You've got this vibe for 2 days, so boss up. You don't have to do anything right away on Sunday. You've got it for 2 days. Take the leadership role in your industry when the moon trines the sun at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why wait for someone else to do it when you've got the chops to do it yourself? Saturday is a power day for Sagittarius and a weekday for Gemini, much like Friday. And Sunday is a power day for Capricorn and a weekday for Cancer. Whew. All right. So that's probably the fastest I've ever done the Astro Biz Digest. And Sophia said, finished a paper. Awesome. And guys, it's happening. It's happening. Jamie, are we good to go? Like, we are about an hour and 3 minutes out from the 100th episode, guys. Like, ah! Cue the mouth air horns. Like, it's happening. It's happening. I don't even know what to say. Like, this is nuts. This is crazy. Can you do the Astro Biz Digest backwards? No. Like, I think we're good to go. Like, clearly we are consummate professionals. And eventually maybe we will do the lower third. So Jamie, I was saying to them how we're doing it very bare bones tonight, the 100th episode, and then eventually we might add like production value, such as like using StreamYard or using Be Live for lower thirds. But also, I don't know if we can trust Melissa to write the lower thirds because she will probably say something completely unhinged. Agree? Yes or no? Like, we discussed this. I promise you, we discussed this. So Fran says, woot woot. Katie says, all the ah, and air horn. Yes. So before we move into the main point of tonight's episode, which is basically more of this, making sure that you guys get your butts into the 100th episode of Cardslingers. And again, that is youtube.com/at Cardslingers CC. Yeah. See, agreed on the lower third. Like, it will be, I don't know. I don't know if we should give her the power. She's just the talent. She's just the talent. As Katie said before about the lower thirds and Melissa, she's trouble with a capital T. Like, yeah. Oh, and also Jamie, Sophia volunteers as helpmeet for moderating the chat if we need it. So, So once again, that link is, I'm trying to look for it. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. It's a lot of chat going on here. Oh, there's the AstroBiz Digest. Okay, here it is. Thank goodness. So remember, that is where you're going to at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/@ CardSlingersCC. That is the location of the episode. Um, lots of excited screaming from me. And Sophia, we're going to take you up on that offer to make you a mod. So yeah, that's going to happen because we have no idea. We don't know what we're in for tonight, in good ways and also in maybe less than stellar ways. So we will take all the help that we can get. All right. Before we move away from the AstroBiz Digest, were there any particular days that we wanted to touch upon? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday? Please let me know in the chats. And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, is there any questions you guys want to ask me about the upcoming 100th episode? Is there any particular topic that I haven't covered over the last 4 years of doing the live stream that you want me to cover in upcoming live streams or podcast episodes? Like, now's the time, while we wait for people's requests on the astrology. But like, it has been a relatively chill week. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and I don't give a fuck with regard to Mercury retrogrades. Like, I know they're coming. I know there's not much I can do about them, and just work with the energy instead of rail against it. I will say that yesterday was pretty weird. Yesterday was a pretty weird energy at my retail job. And, I walked in and my boss said, yeah, it's been a weird energy, like really weird energy. And I'm just like, oh, well, Mercury's in Gatorade and then this and that. And he was like, oh, okay, that explains it. But like super, super weird. Like I asked so a customer came up to the register and I said, oh, like, okay, are you all set to check out? And I'm just like, did you have any trouble finding everything? You find everything okay? And I swear he looked straight through me. And I'm like, okay. Like a bad kind of weird, like not our kind of weird, like a fun kind of weird, no, like bad weird. Don't know what it was about yesterday. Sophia said, would love a what's in my gig bag episode. Oh, yeah, we can totally do that. Like, what decks are on your short list for work? What do you pack? Always fun. We could probably do that in both a Cardslingers episode and a Tarot by Hilary live episode. I have a couple of posts, a couple of blog posts about what's in my bag, including like my tarot deck library or my deck library, which I've started to like recurate and see like, oh, okay. So, which decks do I have? Why do I use them? What are my go-tos? Like, I could definitely do an episode like that. Yep. So Jamie says this whole week has been weird for me. It has been. I'm gonna blame Mercury retrograde for that. Yeah, Sophia says retail is all weirdness. It can be. It can be. And thank you to Sophia for acting as moderator for not just this live stream, but thank you in advance for whatever's going to happen later. Oh yeah, I'd love to share what I have in my go bags. Yeah, I mean, like I tend to rotate out, and I tend to have different workhorse decks. Like they change over time. So like right now, I really like the Weiser Tarot. I don't like. There's just something about the colors of the Weiser Tarot. Let me grab it. That is just so satisfying for me. Like and I did do an unboxing of this, so you can always go back to the replay of the unboxing of the Weiser Tarot. It's just gorgeous, and I'm pretty sure Melissa sent this to me, along with the stickers. So like really, really good. Yes. And I'll wait for this comment to pop up from Sophia. The card stock on the Weiser is fab too. Like all around really, really good deck. And I would say like this is my new workhorse other than the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith, which is also my jam. But like Legacy of the Divine by Ciro Marchetti, that used to be my workhorse deck. And I would just use it all the freaking time. So it really just depends on my mood and season. But like, I would say every year I have a different workhorse deck that I just gravitate towards. And then for some reason or other, I like might put it away or put it down or find something different. Um, and then like rediscover them. Rediscovering them is always fun too. So yeah. Let's see. Thursday, everyone is saying that Thursday was weird for them. So I'm gonna look at the astrology for Thursday, but yeah, definitely Thursday. That would be why. The heavenly bodies are busy on Thursday. Brace yourself for an aspect-packed day. Moon opposes Uranus 6:26 a.m., followed by Jupiter 7:55 a.m. Unpredictable events and cash drama in motion. And then Mercury stations direct at 8:54 a.m. 2:25, the moon trines Mars, creative marketing, and then imagination soars. And it was a power day for Scorpio and a weak day for Taurus. So I would say Mercury going direct, moon opposing Uranus, followed by Jupiter. I think that kind of lent itself to the weirdness of Thursday. Yeah, so Sophia is saying that this might hurt. I pack a lot too. Nice medium. Yeah, that one's a good deck as well. I've heard a lot of people really like the this might hurt tarot. So yeah, definitely. Like I will usually pack one workhorse tarot deck, my little Lenormand, which is the vintage petite Lenormand by Kendra Hertel. Probably, if I'm feeling in a spicy mood, I might pack the Tessera, and I definitely pack an Oracle deck as well, because there are like different levels. It depends on the gig too. Like if it's a private event, I will usually definitely pack an Oracle, just in case for those people that are like kind of hesitant but also interested. Like I will probably pull an oracle card or two for them just to like ease them in and give them the message that they need without like pulling out a tarot deck, like it's not that I'm trying to like I don't want to scare people, but like especially if they're genuinely interested in getting a reading, but also kind of like hesitant because like, ooh, like tarot bad. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like I feel like oracle cards are a good like gateway in without completely freaking someone out. So that's the reason why I will pack at least an oracle deck or two for a private gig, because I don't want to make anyone feel left out. It can be polarizing what I do, and I understand that. Yeah, so this might hurt is my go-to gay wedding deck. Lots of representation in it. Yep, yep. And I always close with an oracle. Never want to close on the tower. I like a softball to close it out. That's my philosophy too, Sophia. I used to close with a tarot card, one tarot card, and then it's just like, what the fuck do I do if it's like a really bad card, or if it's a card that like just reopens? Like there are a lot of tarot cards that could potentially like reopen the reading when I want to close it out. So an oracle deck I think is best for that. Yeah. Oracle cards are also good for themed homework. I agree. And all of us like we know Melissa stands on Oracle decks until I think she changed her tune a little bit when an Oracle deck is in my hands. becomes a different story, which is interesting to say the least. So I don't know. I feel like any deck in my hands becomes like a maybe that's just my energy. I don't know. So, any other questions? But yeah, definitely I can do an episode. I can do a huge episode on that. Sorry, this earbud keeps on wanting to fall out. Oh, okay. Better. Um, yeah. Yeah. OMG. Yeah. Liz hates them. We have an episode for that. We have many episodes for that. And by the way, I'm going slowly but surely through the bookshop for Cardslingers. Um, and I think I'm on episode 31 or 32. And some of them I've had to listen to be able to get all of our book and deck recommendations. And then it's not that we didn't take notes on our earlier episodes, but I guess we just didn't take as detailed notes on our earlier episodes. So, and I have to keep on changing the settings on these on my Galaxy Buds because otherwise it's like creating an echo. Gotta take care of that before the 100th episode. But yeah, there's some listening work that I have to do for past episodes. Um, and there are some episodes that we didn't recommend a single darn thing. So I'm having to kind of like listen and be like, what would be a good recommendation that goes along with this episode? Because then otherwise you can't make a book list unless you have a book in it. Like you can't just make a blank list that says episode 32, blah, 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 and then have no recommendations. It just doesn't work. So I have to fill in something. But it's been interesting listening to past episodes and seeing like kind of what we were talking about and how there's different like authors that we recommend all the time. And these are like separate from tarot authors too. This like fiction authors that we recommend all the time. So um so Sophia says, I feel like my oracles are mean too, but the only oracles I own are pretty dark, like Memento Mori. Yeah, that's a that's a humdinger of a deck. Yeah. Katie says the decks will respond to the holder, so Melissa is contaminating her oracle readings. Most likely, yeah. Oh, that's very sweet, Jamers. Hilary does amazing for our bookshop. I don't know. I do. I try my best. That's all anyone can do. I try their best, right? So yes, the oracle goes to Melissa. Absolutely. Um, oh, wine? I need that. I might make myself a celebratory cocktail for the 100th. We'll see. Um, I did buy myself some really nice martini glasses because I was making, I finally got myself a mixology kit, like a bar kit, and with like a Boston shaker in it, and a Hawthorne strainer, and all of these different things, and a cocktail recipe book. And so I was making this wonderful twist on a Vesper um, called the 50-50, which is equal parts gin and extra dry vermouth and with a lemon twist, with a lemon peel twist, and they were so good. Um, so and then I was pouring them into our stemless wine glasses because I realized I didn't have martini glasses. So I went ahead and I remedied that. But I will have to find time between now and Card Slingers to make myself that. So I might make myself a fancy, but I don't think I have any lemon in the house. So I wouldn't be able to do the lemon peel, but that's just fine. I can make do with the gin and the vermouth. Oh, wine. It's an episode recommendation. Wine. Um, an episode on wine. Um, Sophia says, "Ooh, love fun drink tools." Like I'm pretty good. I'm like learning. I'm learning to do it. We're rocking the plastic champagne flutes that came with the apartment here. I mean, that's fine too. That's fine too. But I realized that when I was pouring out the drinks for myself and Mr. Taro by Hilary, who is not a gin drinker, by the way. He does not like gin most of the time, but he did like what I made. He was just like, oh, that's actually really really nice, really refreshing. I like it. But normally he's not a gin drinker, and I learned how to drink from my mother. So I drink old lady drinks. I drink sweet vermouth and 7 Up. So basically, like a twist on seven and sevens. Um, Gin and tonic. I will go for a gin and tonic, and then shandies, which is beer and 7 Up. So I'm not that fancy, though I will occasionally I do love a good dirty martini. Mr. Terror by Hillary is not one for the olives though. So if I made one for myself, I would be only making it for myself. I wouldn't be making it for him. Um, oh boy, I also have something fun for the live stream. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, like instead of books, a wine or drink to go with the episode. Oh, I see. So like a wine or drink recommendation to go with the episode. Huh, that's interesting. I know there might be different decks out there. I know there's like a food tarot. Um, there might be a drink tarot. What would the emperor be? Like what drink would the emperor drink or be? Like what would the high priestess drink? That sort of thing. That's an interesting one. I like that idea. Um, oh yes, I've heard of that. You need to get yourself some Empress gin, super smooth, and it's purple because it has like what the butterfly, is it the butterfly pea kind of, where it goes like purple and pink. Um, oh boy, you'll see. Jamers has surprises. Jamers has surprises, and I'm confused. um, Katie says gin is good. Gin is nice with bitter lemon soda. Ooh, I can go for that. I do have gin. Gin is in the freezer. Yes, I put my gin in the freezer. Sophia says that may be tricky though, since a non-negligible portion of metaphysical folks are sober. True, or we could do mocktails. So maybe there will be a Cardslingers drinking game for the future. Oh boy, that's. I feel like our listeners should come up with the drinking game rather than us. That would be dangerous. Yeah, would want to be courteous. Yeah, definitely. Like mocktails. Suggest mocktails as well. Oh no. What have we done? Oh gosh. Yeah, no drinks. No drinks for Airhorn. We'd be in the hospital, correct. So, oh yeah, they will. Uh-huh. Um, so I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the live stream, but people do know that I'm a wrestling fan, that I do watch AEW, and I'm in AEW Heels, which is a membership for the female or female identifying wrestling fans of AEW, and we will do parties for like the pay-per-views, And so a friend of ours, a friend of my husband's, who of course is like my friend now, like it's like family, he's like my brother. He will do drinking rules for the pay-per-view, and you can choose to participate or not. And so there are sip rules and there are shot rules. And some of the sip and the shot rules don't change. Like for a low blow, like like that usually isn't changed. A top rope suplex. That's I think that's a shot for a top rope suplex. Pay per view entrance is a shot. And then he has guest rule makers every pay per view, and I feel like if we did something like that for card slingers, like if you really wanted like, if you really wanna drink that way, like, I'm sure you could figure out the rules to be able to drink that way. I wouldn't recommend it. Oh my, do you guys? Don't we already have a Card Slingers drinking game based on air horns and the ka-ching sounds, the cash register sounds? Oh boy. I hope you're doing sips for that and not shots. If we did a shot for I have a message for you. Oh boy. Or madame, I implore you. Now there it is. There it is. Oh, is that it? Really? I can't say the M word or the spammers will spawn. Well, I mean, we already had one, so yeah. 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 I'm I'm not even saying that out loud. I don't want that to happen. Like, did Jamie? Did you know about this, or is this the rules for my live stream as opposed to Card Slingers? Oh my! Like this is terrifying. Like you guys are rabid, and I love it. Like you cannot fan the flames of an Aries like this because I'm just going to keep on asking for more. Like, this is too much for my ego. You got to knock me down a peg or three. Um, yeah, yeah. hmm I'm just putting them, I'm displaying it on the screen. I'm not even saying anything. That's all I'm doing. I am not repeating that. Oh boy. My sides are splitting and it's not even 7:30 yet. So we are about 40 minutes out from the episode. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot. Um, I don't know what our listeners do with our material. Well, I guess we're finding out in spades right now. Who thought this was a good idea to do a pre-show or a green room for this? Like, this is out of control. Should we do the weekend forecast before I get more distracted? Yes, exactly. Like, or Leo. Like, you can't do this. Like, we're three fire signs, guys. You can't do this to our egos. There will be no living with us after this. All right. I'm sitting here and I don't have an Oracle deck to hand. Actually, I do. I have the Tessera to hand because I do have some email readings that I have to do. And I guess I have to do them tomorrow morning because I was going to do them today and I ended up not doing them today. I ended up doing the card of the day, and then I ended up taking an Epsom salt bath, a very, very hot Epsom salt bath, because my body has just been very achy with the change in weather. It's beautiful, by the way. It is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. But this change of weather has made my body just freak out and be really achy and in pain. So I ran myself a hot bath and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I have a bathtub. But I just had to do it. So I did that. I tried to record an episode of the podcast, my standalone podcast. It didn't work. And then I watched more episodes of Grey's Anatomy, which I'm slowly catching up on. I'm on season 10, and Mr. Tarot by Hilary was making his own little comments in the peanut gallery. So um, TB, throwback to when you told Melissa I called her God. Oh, yeah, let's not remind her of that. Let's not remind us of like a reading from the book of Cardslingers. We were just like, and now to quote from Cardslingers, chapter 7, verse 5, like terrifying. Like, you listen to us that much? Like, don't you know that we are in fact human? And we just say dick and fart jokes and we happen to read cards. Like in this episode that we recorded today for the minor arcana, um, Melissa got real deep real quick, and then we were just like, oh no, too deep, time to tell a dick joke. Yes, so let's do the forecast so I can take a breather before the live. um Oh, yes. We just read the articles. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That also happened today. Like, are you guys a fly on the wall of us recording? Because I literally just did that with the card that we were looking at for recording Cardslingers. And I literally did this. And then I did this. And I'm like, that's a good looking card. That's a good looking card. Like, you must be flies on the wall. Let's see. What oracle deck do I have close to hand? You know what? We can do Tessera or we can do the animal spirit. So I will leave it up to you guys in the chat. Tessera or animal spirit. That's true. That's true. We all connect with your energy and your naughtiness. Just keeping it real. So Sophia votes for the fancy charms. That would be the Tessera, which is close to hand. I got them right here. And the book that goes along with them too, or the cards that come along with them. And then we also have the animal spirit right here. All right, that's 2 votes for Tessera, so I can't compete. Let's go with Tessera, okay? Say this one. Nice. So we are getting the frog. Yeah, pretty shiny things. I'm a corvid at heart. Ooh, do tell. I've got beef with the wild unknown cinematic universe at present, LOL. Okay, you'll have to tell me about that. Yeah, so Fran says pretty. Love a frog. Okay, so let us go to the card for the frog. And these are the Tessera charms are actually like one of the few oracle kits that I was able to read intuitively, like right off the rip. But I do like having the card stock and you know the interpretation right away. The frog is lovely, and Sophia will private message me the manifesto. All right, so the frog, yeah. Dragonflies eat tadpoles. Sorry, my alarm is going off there. Dragonflies eat tadpoles, but frogs eat dragonflies. What you fear can fuel you. I think this is so apropos for this evening. Evolution is rarely easy, but always beneficial. Allow yourself to change. The things that have been holding you back will be the things that fuel you if you allow yourself to see them for what they are. Questions to ask yourself if the frog charm comes up for you is, what difficult challenge or obstacle is helping you move forward in your life? So, a little bit of what I was saying at the top of the episode, guides, about like leaving your past efforts up online, like so you can see your evolution, but also knowing that evolution is rarely easy, but it's usually beneficial. And what you fear can fuel you, and that's something that I talked about a lot, like when I embarked on like my tapping certification. Like at first when I signed up for it and not knowing what I was into or what I was getting myself into, and then my post graduation interview with Gala and her team, and that's up on YouTube too, you know, like that whole like why the Gala Darling method, why that tapping certification. And you know, just me talking about knowing that everything good in my life has come on the other side of doing the thing that really scared me, doing the thing that like I used to run away from and now I run towards it, because I know that once I get through that thing that I'm very fearful of, I know that it's going to result in massive growth and massive evolution, and it's just going to make me become a better person, become a more evolved version of myself. So that's up on YouTube too. I'm pretty sure you can search Gala Darling's YouTube, youtube.com/, at Gala Darling. That's where to find her, and like search for GDM or the Gala Darling method. And you'll find me. I'm in my orange tank top. Um, Doing that interview. I think I'm like 3 people in, and you know, answering all these questions. But it's just like that. This sentiment of the frog, it's like it's a very like full circle kind of thing, like to what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. Like run toward the thing that scares you, because on the other side of tackling that thing that scares you, you're going to feel so good about yourself, you're going to be so proud of yourself and what you were able to accomplish, and use your fear as fuel. And that's what I'm going to continue to tell myself tonight for the 100th episode. And all this weekend too. So that is your weekend forecast from the Tessera Oracle. We're almost at an hour. So I've done shorter live streams than this, but I'm trying to keep it tight like a tiger because I want you guys to come to the 100th episode. I know. It's just us nerds. You'll be fine. I know that. I know that. So once again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for watching. We do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on different metaphysical topics. Please go ahead and request one if you haven't seen it already in the 4 years worth of episodes that I've got going on my Tube of You channel, youtube.com/at Tarot by Hilary. That's where you find me. Most social media platforms at Tarot by Hilary, Hilary with 1 L. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, tarot reading or a tapping session, you can find me at tarotbyhilary.com. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. And I hope to see you over on the Cardslingers Coast to Coast channel, youtube.com/at CardSlingersCC for our 100th episode, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Fran says, see you all in a few. Yeah, yes, of course. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, it's Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, don't argue with me. You have intuition. See you guys in a couple of minutes over on YouTube for Cardslingers 100th episode. See you there. Bye.